Matt McElligott came to visit Pine Road School in October, and our 4th and 5th grade students had lots of questions for him. Matt McElligott is the author of such books as Benjamin Frankenstein Lives, Benjamin Frankenstein Meets the Fright Brothers, Benjamin Frankenstein Meets Thomas Edison, Backbeard and the Birthday Suit, Backbeard, Pirate for Hire, The Lion's Share, Bean 13, Even Monsters Need Haircuts, and Even Aliens Need Snacks.
Will you include any other famous people?
Hair is really sharp. You could cut bread with your hair.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that? Just put some bread on your head and just slice the bread.
Yeah.
Make toast.
Got it in all my hair, but still sliced it.
That's a good idea. What's your question for me?
Will you include any other famous people in your books?
Well, we've thought about it, and in the third book, because in the story there's this secret organization, the Modern Order of Prometheus, and they bring inventors back from the dead. And in the third book, which I bet you haven't read yet, it's just came out, there's a list of many of the other inventors who were preserved over the years. And some of the ones are ones you might expect, and there's a couple that I bet would be surprises to you.
Okay.
Good question.
Thanks.
Do you have any good ideas for books? Like, do you have an idea for a good story?
Yeah.
You do? What is it? Whisper it to me. Oh, I see. That's good. Okay, what's your question?
How do you get your ideas for your books?
I ask her. She tells me. I'm just joking. Wouldn't it be amazing if that was true? If all my ideas came from her and I just called her up and said, give me an idea for a book. No, my ideas come from all different places. Sometimes it'll be something somebody says. Sometimes it'll be something I read about, I was reading about, like the history of math, which is really weird, and that gave me the idea for Bean 13. And the idea for the lion's share came from some birthday cake that we had at my birthday party. So ideas can come from anywhere. Does that make sense? But mostly from her. All right. What's your question?
Is it hard writing books?
Sometimes. Sometimes it's really hard. Sometimes it's hard to come up with the idea, or do you guys like to draw?
Yeah.
Do you ever have that, like you sit down to draw something and you think you know how it's going to look, and you start drawing and then it doesn't quite look right, and you erase it and you try drawing it again and it still doesn't work, and you erase it like 50 times and it still doesn't work? It's so frustrating, right? I've been doing this for a lot of years, and that still happens to me too, all the time. But I will say this, just because it's hard doing books doesn't mean it's not also really fun. So I have a lot of fun doing it. Sometimes the things that are the hardest turn out to be the most fun in the long run. How are you two today?
Good.
Good. Do you have some questions for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to tell them to me at exactly the same time. Go!
What book do you think is good? What's your favorite thing to do besides reading books?
Okay. Which book is the best, and what's my favorite thing to do besides writing books? I'll start with this one. I don't have one favorite thing to do. I have a lot of things. I like to travel. I like to play music. I like to go swimming. I like to do things with my family and play ball with my son and things like that. I have a lot of favorite things. What's your favorite thing to do when you're not reading books?
Watch TV.
Watch TV. Good. And you asked me, what's my favorite book of all the books I've written?
Yeah.
That's a really hard question to answer, because each book has things that I really am very proud of, and has things that I kind of wish I could go back and change a little bit. So usually the book whatever book I'm working on at the moment, that's the book I'm most excited about. So that's the one that I would say, like, is my favorite at any given time. What's your favorite book? Of all books, Do you have a book that you like to go back and read over and over again? No. Do you have any book that you've ever read that you like at all?
Yeah.
Tell me one.
Snot
Snot
Stew.
Stew?
Yeah. It's like a game. It's called Snot Stew, the game.
Really?
Yeah.
I would read that. That sounds good.
If you would like to learn more about Matt McElligott and his books, go to MatthewMcElligott.com. We'd like to thank Matt for coming to visit our school and sharing his time with us.